You wake up again. Maybe it is the second time, maybe the third, and you are thinking, didn't I just go, see? That familiar trek to the bathroom in the dark. The brief moment of relief, followed by the frustrating realization that your precious sleep has been shattered once more. It is a story so many of us know all too well once we reach our 70s. Isn't it this frequent need to use the bathroom during the night, often called Nocturia, can truly make getting a truly restful night's sleep feel like a distant dream? That interrupted sleep is not just annoying, it chips away at your energy, your mood, your overall well-being. It leaves you feeling sluggish, a bit foggy-headed, and honestly, more than a little frustrated day in and day out. But what if I told you that while it is common, it does not have to be your inevitable reality? What if there are some simple, daily habits, things you can easily weave into your routine, that could dramatically reduce those nighttime trips and help you sleep deeper, longer, and wake up feeling truly refreshed? These are not complicated medical procedures or expensive remedies. They are practical, gentle adjustments that can make a profound difference to your nights and your days. In this conversation, we are going to explore 7 such daily habits, each one a step towards more peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. So, settle in, because you will want to hear every one of these. And make sure you watch right to the very end, because I have got something waiting for you that might just be the most surprising and impactful piece of advice of all. Let us dive right in then, and tackle the first habit, which might seem obvious, but it is often overlooked in its simplicity and profound impact. It is all about timing your fluid intake. Our bodies are wonderfully efficient machines, but they do need time to process everything we consume. Think about it when you drink a glass of water. It does not instantly get turned into urine. It travels through your digestive system, gets absorbed into your bloodstream, and then your kidneys get to work filtering it. This process takes a couple of hours, sometimes even more, especially as we get older and our metabolism might have slowed down just a little. So, if you are chugging a big glass of water right before you get into bed, or even an hour before, you are essentially asking your kidneys to work overtime just as you are trying to wind down for the night. They are doing their job. Yes. But that job is then waking you up to empty your bladder. The actionable step here is quite simple but powerful. Gradually reduce your fluid intake in the 2 to 3 hours leading up to your bedtime. Now, this does not mean dehydrating yourself or going without water completely, especially if you have medications to take or if you genuinely feel thirsty. The idea is to manage the volume and timing. For instance, if you usually take your evening medication with a large glass of water, try taking it a bit earlier, perhaps with your dinner, or with just a small sip of water right before bed, just enough to swallow your pill. If you love an evening cup of tea, aim to have your last one by, say, 7 p.m. If you are planning to be in bed by 9 or 10 p.m., this gives your body ample time to process the liquid and for you to make one final trip to the bathroom before settling down. By cutting off major fluid intake a few hours before you plan to sleep, you are essentially allowing your body to clear out much of that fluid before you even lie down, reducing the likelihood of your bladder calling out for attention in the middle of the night. It is a gentle shift, not a drastic one, and you will likely feel the difference in your nighttime trips very quickly. Now, closely related to when you drink is what you drink, especially as evening approaches. This leads us to our second crucial habit: choosing your evening beverages wisely. You see, not all liquids are created equal when it comes to their impact on your bladder and your sleep. 2 of the biggest culprits that sneak into our evening routines are caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine, found in coffee, many teas, some sodas, and even chocolate, is a well-known diuretic. This means it actively encourages your kidneys to produce more urine. So, that lovely cup of black tea you enjoy in the evening, thinking it is just a relaxing hot drink, might actually be directly contributing to those nighttime bathroom visits. The stimulating effect of caffeine can also make it harder to fall asleep in the first place, setting you up for a disturbed night even before the bladder issues begin. Alcohol, is another major offender. While a glass of wine or a beer might initially feel relaxing and seem to help you drift off, it is also a diuretic. Not only that, but alcohol can disrupt your sleep cycle later in the night, making your sleep lighter and less restorative. This lighter sleep makes you more susceptible to waking up from even minor bladder signals. Alcohol also tends to relax the bladder muscles, which can reduce your bladder's capacity and make you feel the need to go more frequently. So, the actionable step here is to make smart swaps. In the evenings, switch to decaffeinated coffee, or, even better, choose herbal teas like chamomile, peppermint, or ginger, which are naturally caffeine-free and can even have a calming effect. Plain water is always a good choice. But again, remember to moderate the quantity as bedtime approaches. If you enjoy a social drink, try to have it earlier in the day or limit yourself to just one and ensure it is not too close to bedtime. For instance, swap your evening glass of red wine for a sparkling water with a slice of lemon or a decaf iced tea. If you find yourself craving something warm and comforting, a mug of warm milk or a soothing herbal infusion can be just the ticket, without sending your bladder into overdrive. Being mindful of these seemingly innocent evening drinks can significantly reduce the diuretic load on your body and help your bladder stay calmer through the night. Beyond what you drink, what you choose to eat for dinner can also play a surprisingly big role in how many times you wake up. This brings us to our third daily habit, mindful eating in the evening. Just as certain liquids can irritate your bladder or promote urine production, so too can certain foods, salty foods, for example, make you thirsty, which naturally leads to drinking more liquids. And we have already discussed the impact of that. Think about how you feel after a salty snack, like crisps or a heavily seasoned meal. You immediately reach for water, and that extra water has to go somewhere. Spicy foods can irritate the bladder lining, causing an increased urge to go. Foods that are very acidic, such as citrus fruits, tomatoes, or vinegar-based dressings, can also act as bladder irritants for some people. Even large meals eaten too close to bedtime can put pressure on your bladder and digestive system, making it uncomfortable to lie down and potentially disrupting your sleep and encouraging nighttime urination. The key here is to opt for lighter dinners and to be aware of foods that might be particularly bothersome to your bladder. Try to finish your evening meal a few hours before you plan to sleep, giving your digestive system time to work through it, instead of a heavy, salty takeaway or a big bowl of spicy chili. Consider a simpler, lighter dinner, grilled fish or lean chicken with steamed vegetables, a light soup, or a plain salad can be excellent choices. These kinds of meals are easier for your body to digest and are less likely to contain high levels of salt or bladder-irritating ingredients. For example, if you love tomato-based sauces, try to enjoy them earlier in the day for lunch, rather than for your evening meal. Be mindful of processed foods, which often hide a lot of sodium, and try to stick to whole, natural foods in the evening. By choosing your dinner wisely and giving your body enough time to process it before bed, you are giving your bladder a much-needed break and setting yourself up for a far more peaceful night. So, we have talked about what goes into your body and when. But what about how your body handles fluids throughout the day? This brings us to a habit that can make a huge difference, especially if you notice swelling in your legs or ankles by the end of the day. This fourth habit is all about elevating your legs during the day. When you are up and about, or even sitting for long periods, gravity is constantly pulling fluids downwards, especially to your lower legs and ankles. This is a very common occurrence, and you might notice your socks leaving indentations or your shoes feeling a bit tighter by evening. This fluid, a natural accumulation in your tissues, is called peripheral edema. When you finally lie down to sleep, gravity is no longer pulling that fluid downwards. Instead, it starts to redistribute throughout your body, making its way back into your bloodstream. Once in your bloodstream, your kidneys, those diligent filters, detect this increased fluid volume and get to work, processing it and producing more urine. It is your body's way of maintaining fluid balance, but it happens right when you are trying to sleep, leading to those frustrating nighttime bathroom trips. The actionable step to combat this is surprisingly simple. Elevate your legs for a significant period in the late afternoon or early evening. Aim for about 30 to 60 minutes, ensuring your feet are elevated above the level of your heart. You can achieve this by lying on a couch with a couple of pillows stacked under your feet, or by using a comfortable recliner. The goal is to give gravity a hand in moving that pooled fluid back into your circulation while you are still awake and able to use the bathroom. By doing this, you are encouraging your body to process that extra fluid before you even get into bed for the night, rather than waiting for it to redistribute while you are asleep. For example, if you enjoy watching the evening news or reading a book, make it a habit to do so with your feet comfortably propped up. This small adjustment helps your body manage its fluids more efficiently during your waking hours, significantly reducing the amount of fluid your kidneys need to process once you are asleep, and thereby lessening those urgent nighttime calls from your bladder. It is a wonderfully passive yet effective way to ease the nocturnal burden. Now, speaking of moving fluids, gentle movement throughout the day, especially in the evening, is another fantastic habit to consider. This is our fifth powerful tip: engaging in gentle evening movement, while elevating your legs helps gravity return pooled fluid. Regular, light activity throughout the day and into the early evening actively improves your circulation. Better circulation means your blood is moving more efficiently, and fluid is less likely to settle and pool in your lower extremities in the first place. Think of it this way: when your body is more active, even gently, your muscles are contracting and relaxing, which acts like a pump, helping to push that fluid back up towards your heart and kidneys. If you are sedentary for much of the day, that fluid has more opportunity to accumulate in your legs. While intense exercise too close to bedtime can be stimulating and disrupt sleep, light, calming activities are highly beneficial. They help keep your blood flowing, reduce general swelling, and also promote better overall sleep quality by easing tension and preparing your body for rest. The actionable step here is to incorporate a short, leisurely walk or some gentle stretching into your late afternoon or early evening routine. This does not have to be a vigorous workout. A 15 to 20-minute stroll around the block after dinner, or a few simple, easy stretches in your living room while listening to calming music can make a world of difference. Even just walking around your house more frequently, rather than sitting for long stretches, can contribute. For example, instead of immediately settling down in front of the television after your meal, take a little walk around your garden if you have one, or simply do a few laps around your living room and kitchen. Gentle movements like shoulder rolls, arm circles, or leg raises while seated can also be beneficial if a walk is not feasible. The key is to keep your body gently active to support healthy circulation and prevent excessive fluid accumulation. This not only helps with nocturia by reducing fluid pooling, but it also aids in overall relaxation, contributing to a deeper, more peaceful sleep, which in turn reduces the likelihood of being disturbed by minor bladder signals. It is a double benefit, enhancing both your fluid management and your sleep quality. This next habit is a simple technique you can use right before you get into bed, and it is surprisingly effective for ensuring your bladder is truly empty. This is our sixth habit: the double voiding technique. You might think that when you go to the bathroom, you have completely emptied your bladder. But often, especially as we get older, our bladder muscles might not contract as strongly, or we might not relax fully, leading to a small amount of urine remaining behind. This residual urine can then quickly build up again, sending you back to the bathroom shortly after you have settled into bed. It is like trying to empty a bottle, but not quite tipping it all the way over. There is always a little bit left at the bottom. This seemingly small amount can be enough to trigger your brain to wake you up just an hour or two later. The actionable step for double voiding is straightforward and easy to incorporate into your pre-sleep routine. When you go to the bathroom for your final trip before bed, go as you normally would, making sure to relax as much as possible. Once you think you have finished, do not immediately stand up or leave. Instead, wait for about 30 seconds to a minute. During this short waiting period, you might find that your bladder feels the urge to go again. You can also try shifting your position slightly, perhaps lean forward a little, or even stand up and then sit back down again. Then try to urinate a second time. You will often be surprised by how much more comes out during this second attempt. It is a way of ensuring that your bladder is as empty as possible before you embark on your night's sleep. For example, when you are brushing your teeth and getting ready for bed, make your bathroom trip the very last step. Go once, then continue with your last-minute preparations for a moment or two, and then try going again just before you get into bed. This simple, conscious effort to completely empty your bladder can significantly extend the time before your body feels the need to go again, potentially saving you 1 or even 2 trips during the night. It is a small investment of an extra minute or two that can pay off big in terms of uninterrupted sleep. Finally, let us talk about something that impacts our sleep profoundly, and that is the state of our mind as we prepare for bed. This brings us to our 7th and final habit, creating a calming pre-sleep routine. It might seem like this has less to do with your bladder and more with your overall sleep. But the two are intimately connected. When we are stressed, anxious, or our minds are racing, our sleep quality suffers. Our sleep becomes lighter, more fragmented, and we are more easily awakened. In this state of lighter sleep, even minor signals from our bladder, signals we might otherwise sleep through if we were in a deeper stage of rest, can easily rouse us. A hypervigilant mind or a body tense with stress can interpret the slightest urge to urinate as a full-blown emergency, forcing you awake unnecessarily. Conversely, a relaxed body and a calm mind lead to deeper, more restorative sleep. When you are truly deeply asleep, your brain is less likely to register those subtle bladder cues until they become genuinely urgent, allowing you to sleep for longer stretches. The actionable step here is to dedicate the last hour or so before bed to truly unwinding and relaxing. This means actively avoiding stimulating activities that can heighten your alertness or anxiety. Put away your electronic devices, like phones, tablets, and computers, as the blue light they emit can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. Avoid stimulating conversations or worrying news. Instead, engage in activities that signal to your body and mind that it is time to slow down and prepare for rest. For example, you could read a physical book, listen to calming music, take a warm bath with some Epsom salts, practice gentle deep breathing exercises, or simply sit quietly and reflect on something positive from your day. Some people find light meditation or gentle stretching to be incredibly helpful. The key is to create a consistent routine that helps you transition from the day's activities to a state of calm. This consistent wind-down period helps to lower your heart rate, relax your muscles, and quiet your mind, setting the stage for truly deep, restorative sleep. When you are sleeping deeply, your brain is far less likely to be disturbed by minor bladder signals, allowing you to enjoy those longer stretches of uninterrupted rest. It is a powerful way to support your sleep and, indirectly, your bladder health. So, we have talked about carefully timing your sips and choosing those calming evening drinks over anything stimulating like caffeine or alcohol. We have explored how a lighter, earlier dinner, free from those bladder irritants like excessive salt or spices, can make a real difference. Remember how elevating your legs can gently usher that daytime fluid back into circulation, easing the nighttime load on your kidneys, and the power of a gentle stroll or some evening stretches to keep things flowing nicely, preventing fluid from pooling in your lower body. We even touched upon that clever little trick, the double void, to make sure your bladder is truly empty before you settle down for the night, leaving no little bit behind. And, of course, the profound impact of cultivating a peaceful, unwinding routine before your head even hits the pillow, allowing your mind and body to truly relax into a deeper sleep. These are not quick fixes or magic pills. Dear friends, they are simple, consistent daily choices that build up over time. Think of it like tending a garden. Each little habit is a seed you plant, and with a bit of patience and consistent care, you will start to see that beautiful bloom of uninterrupted, restorative sleep. It truly is remarkable how such small adjustments can unlock so much comfort and well-being. You might not find that all 7 habits transform your nights immediately, but pick 1 or 2 that resonate most with you. Start there and genuinely commit to them for a week or 2. Then, gently add another. You will likely begin to feel the difference and gain confidence that you are on the right path. Imagine waking up feeling genuinely rested, not groggy and tired from constant interruptions. Think of the energy you will have for your day, for hobbies, for spending quality time with loved ones, and for simply enjoying the beauty of each moment. That feeling of vitality, of being truly present and alert, makes all the difference in embracing each day fully. This is not just about fewer trips to the bathroom. It is about reclaiming your nights and, in turn, revitalizing your days. It is about empowering yourself to live with more comfort and joy, to feel more like yourself, and to wake up feeling ready to take on the world. Our sleep is truly the foundation of our health, our mood, and our overall quality of life. When we sleep well, our minds are sharper, our moods are brighter, and our bodies have a chance to repair and recharge. It impacts everything from our memory and concentration to our immune system and even our balance. So, by taking these simple, gentle steps to improve your nighttime rest, you are not just solving a bladder issue, you are investing in your entire well-being, your zest for life, and your ability to fully enjoy your golden years. Now, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these habits? Or perhaps discovered something else that has worked wonders for you in reducing those nighttime trips? Share your wisdom and experiences in the comments below. Your stories and insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. A piece of encouragement or a practical tip that changes their nights for the better. This community is all about supporting each other on our journey to living our best and most comfortable lives. If you found this conversation helpful, if it sparked something in you or gave you some new ideas, please consider giving this video a gentle like. That simple gesture really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this important information. And if you have not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are always here, sharing practical, gentle advice to help you navigate life's changes with grace and confidence, ensuring you have the tools to thrive at every age. Remember, your comfort, your rest, and your well-being are paramount. You deserve peaceful nights and energetic days. Do not let frequent nighttime trips define your sleep. Take these gentle steps. Be kind to yourself and embrace the remarkable potential for better sleep that lies within your daily choices. Keep nourishing your body and mind, and continue to live your best life, vibrant and full, at every wonderful age. Until next time, take good care.